Hello, girls and non-girl. Wait, why do I still have my gorilla hat? I do not have it anymore. Hello, girls and non-girls. Welcome back to Reading the Constitution. The 10 Amendments. We, a few streams ago, came up with the idea of creating the amendments as magical girls. That was a very fun idea. We created 3 designs that I will put up, hold on, I can just show it, like here. On my community tab. Hello. Hold on. How are you guys doing? So here are the first 3 amendments that we designed. Here. So this is the First Amendment. The act of free speech, the right to bear arms, and then this one is the homebody, like you don't have to let soldiers into your house unless it's like wartime. Anyway, I thought that it would be a better idea to read more of the Constitution so we can get an idea for the rest of the magical girls. Because for the first 3, I think that the first 2 are one of the most well-known. This all came from the idea of the Fifth Amendment, when I accidentally said, I use the Fifth Amendment, which I was like, that reminds me of like a spell or something. And then thinking about like magical girls using the amendments as powers. And so today we're going to look through them. And as somebody who's not American, I thought, well, the chat also suggested that a good idea for power scaling is that how well they are known to the American people and the non-American people would control how powerful they are. Anyway, so we already know the 3. The sisters. They are the sisters because they are the first maid, but no one else is related. I don't know why we decided that, but we can still read the first 3. This is going to be a little boring if you don't like reading, but I'll do the reading. You just have to listen, all right? So let's write down First Amendment. You guys are going to realize how bad I am at spelling, and I'm sorry. Because my first language is not English, even though I am half Canadian. Alright, the First Amendment, her power is sound waves. She has sound waves, religion, and I think one of the other... Alright, wait, actually, let's read it first. First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So, sound waves, religion, protest, and yeah, I think I think that's 3. So that's her 3 powers. Hi there, hello Bluey Kitty, welcome. We're reading the Constitution. And we talked about her personality, which was that she's very loud and she's also like very loud, loves rage baiting, but gets rage baited. Can be inconsiderate and insensitive, but has a strong moral code of her own. Like, not as in like the moral code of like everyone else, but like she has a code of what she thinks is moral, and she's gonna abide by it. Hold on, give me a second. My sock fell off of my chair. Hold on. All right, next. The Second Amendment. One of the shortest ones. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. We should put on the Ace Attorney soundtrack while we do this. Give me a second. There's like construction outside. I'm sorry, guys. Let's start from where we left off. Hold on. Alright, from here. Let me know if this is too loud or not loud at all. Okay. Shall not be infringed. So the Second Amendment is gun. That's our power. I don't think she is as loud. I think she's definitely easily suspicious. Cautious. Ruthless. Easily suspicious. What do you guys think? Cause like, stubborn and proud. I think that's good. All right. Third Amendment, the third sister. Okay. Wait, we should probably put like a better divider between these. I find it hard to read if it's not like that. Okay. Alright, the Third Amendment. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. So this is the Third Amendment, but it's not remembered very often. So we made her the forgotten sister of the three. And my idea was that she has her own domain, which is her house. But if nobody enters her domain, then she has no power, basically. If that makes sense. If she did not invite you to her domain, hold on, okay. Has full power over her domain, but nowhere else. Hi Zara, oh my god, Zara's here. Guys, we gotta sing the Zara song. Choki 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 wa, choki choki wa wa. I'm sorry. Alright, let's go to the. Hi Zara, we're reading the American Constitution for magical girl ideas because we thought it would be interesting if the amendments were magical girls themselves, and how easily they are remembered or known would be how powerful they are. Right now we've only had we have these three designs as free speech, the right to bear arms, and then the I do not need to let soldiers into my house in peacetime. She is the forgotten sister, and right now we're writing her. Crying emoji? Yeah. Okay, so Third Amendment. Has full power over her domain, but nowhere else. Okay. I think that she's quite quiet, jaded. She's quite quiet, and she's jaded. And I think she's quite tired. Turted. Yeah, sure. Tired. Alright. Fourth Amendment. Alright. Sorry I'm late. No worries, you did not miss anything. We were just looking over the amendments we already designed designs for. Alright. The Fourth Amendment. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, a particular describing the place to be searched. Okay, so this is the warrant one. Alright. So... I don't know... Okay. So I'm kind of conflicted, right? Should it be that she is not affected by the other magical's powers unless they have probable cause? But what would be the probable cause, right? I don't know. Because that would make her nice if she was like invincible. Show title card. Where it's like, oh, she's invincible unless da 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 da. But what would be the da 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 da? You know what I mean? Alright. Is not. So this is the power of the warrant. Here's an idea. Maybe... Alright, let's just write warrant for now. Then we can come up with the ideas later. Alright. Fifth Amendment. We're just doing 10 today. And then we can, like, design them. Alright. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury. So this is... Oh, okay, so this is... Wait, the Fifth Amendment is the right to remain silent. Right. So... Silence. So I think that... Okay, I think that the Fifth Amendment and the First Amendment might be a good... Like opposites. You know what I mean? So hers is silencing. We can make it that she can silence other people's powers, Dazai style, because like Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs, where it's like, if he touches somebody, the power is diminished, but he has to be able to touch them, right? Well, silences others' powers. So even though she is very powerful, because she is like the Third Amendment that is remembered the most. It's either the First, the Second, and the Fifth. You know, people always say, I played the Fifth. Alright. Silences other powers. She is technically the very powerful. I think... Okay. I think if we give her like kind of like a lawyer aesthetic, because like I think giving her like a lawyer aesthetic, because I mean her whole power is that like you don't have to talk unless you're in front of a grand jury, right? So Alright. I'm going to write... What am I going to write? I think that she would be very professional. I think she would be... I think that she would be very professional. And she would be very stern. Can we make British people the bad guys? I mean, I was thinking that the other amendments, like, it's kind of Madoka Magica. I mean, we can make the redcoats, like, evil entities. We could do that. Alright, professional, stern, and snarky. Alright. Like, you know how, like, in Madoka Magica, there are the witches? We can make the redcoats like witches, basically. Alright. Sixth Amendment. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory... I mean, okay. This is kind of, like, similar. So, let's make them siblings. We'll make fifth and sixth siblings. Because they're quite similar. I think that... Alright. The fifth is the lawyer. The sixth is the judge. And she can have, like, a big-ass hammer. Alright, I'm back. This is the one that would make a good judge or lawyer. So I made the Fifth Amendment the lawyer. And then the Sixth Amendment the judge. Okay. I didn't really know what to write for the Fifth Amendment because it's just the right to a warrant. Alright. Fifth Amendment... lawyer. And then the Sixth Amendment judge. So cool. That's definitely one way to describe it. Alright. So, the Fifth Amendment and the Sixth Amendment, we've made them siblings. Maybe. I don't know. Sidekicks? They work together? Duo? I don't know. I don't know if they're sisters yet. Okay, the Sixth... Hammer. Speedy hammer. I think that she is more easily annoyed. Because I'm thinking, like, I think I like the idea of the Sixth Amendment. Sixth being like liking to say a statement, and the fifth like correcting her, being like, actually, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. I mean, fourth is basically people can't search your house without good reason, so I always thought of them as a landlord. Maybe. I mean, okay, what I was thinking is that the Fourth Amendment could be like, you can't use your powers on me unless probable cause. But I don't think that's a good idea because that's kind of similar to the Fifth. Because the Fifth is silencing other people's powers. I don't know yet. Because, like, yeah, you make sense with the landlord comment, but I don't know how that would work in, like, a magical girl power. You know what I mean? Big ass gavel. Yeah. Let me change it. I'm not sure. Maybe you could make the hammer look like a mallet, like the ones they use at court. Yeah, the gavel. Definitely, yeah. Easily annoyed. Good-natured. Quite neutral about most things. Alright. Seventh Amendment. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury. So this is just the right to a jury, shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States. Okay. So the right to an audience? Maybe This is certainly the stream title of all time. I'm glad you think so. 7th Amendment is also definitely with 5 and 4, because that's a right. Yeah, that's true. 5 and 4? Oh, 5 and 6? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Lawyer, judge, and then jury. They're definitely a trio in that way. I don't know what 7th's power would be. It's like the Reddit, you're the asshole or not the asshole. If she gives you the you're the asshole, then if she gives you you're the asshole, then that means that you get like a power debuff. If it's not the asshole, you get a buff. I think that's okay. Guilty / not guilty. Oh, why is it a question mark? I wanted to make it a slash. All right. I think 8th Amendment is also involved with these three, but I don't think it's related. Hold on. Just works with them. Yeah, not part of the trio, probably. Okay. Guilty / not guilty. I'm thinking it's like similar to a bard, where like when a bard plays music to its party, it can buff the powers. Buffs or debuffs powers. I don't know why I'm picturing her as Balloon Boy. Guilty, not guilty. Guilty, not guilty. Anyway. I don't know about her personality, though. A cheerleader. Fangirl. Vindictive. Alright. 8th Amendment. Jailer. 8th Amendment. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. Okay. What's up? We're reading the 10 amendments to create designs for magical girls based on the amendments. 8 is the prevention of cruel and unusual punishment. That could make for a very cool design. I think so as well. Cruel and unusual. Hold on. Cruel and unusual. The only thing we really don't have an idea for is the warrant one. Everything else is like... Okay. Cruel and unusual. What would the power be, though? You get deemed cruel and unusual, so you get fucking banished. You're cruel and unusual! Leave! You're being too cruel and unusual! I'm not sure. Defense-oriented ability? True. But like, what it would... I don't know. some kind of barrier, maybe? I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about, like, what's that Russian guy from Bungo Stray Dogs? Wait. What's his name? Russian guy from, Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't know why I'm thinking of this guy. Fyodor? I think it's because his power is crime and punishment. And I'm just thinking about... Hold on. Also, did you say that you were having trouble with the warrant one? Yeah. I am having trouble with the warrant one. 9th Amendment and 10th Amendment are both overpowered because of how broad they are. But also nobody remembers them, though. Like, yeah, sure. Hold on. Ninth Amendment. Alright. 9th Amendment. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Which could mean... Like the book? What do you mean, like the book? What'd that mean? 10th Amendment. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. I think... I mean, the 10th Amendment just stops the magical girls from fighting anyone else, or like ruling the world, basically. I think, like, for them, they would just kind of be very, like, very normal people. That their whole existence is to prohibit the rest of them from becoming overpowered. 9th Amendment is the government cannot get rid of your rights, and the 10th is you have rights outside of the Constitution. Oh! I misunderstood that. Okay. I sort of have an idea of what you could do for the warrant one. You could do something being able to unlock anything. True. I like that idea. Warrant. Yeah, maybe like breaking down doors. Basically a rogue. The powers... So I was imagining 10th Amendment just flying around because, yeah, I have rights outside of my constitution and my right is to fly, bitch! But she can just fly? Okay. I don't know. This is kind of difficult. Wait. I'm kind of like putting them together. I imagine the 9th and the 10th are like pretty good friends. I love your videos. Aw, thanks. The 9th Amendment is... I think that's a good idea. No one can destroy you other than another amendment, so you can only use another amendment to destroy another amendment. I imagine 10th can give themselves powers that other magical girls don't already have. Ooh, yeah, that's a really good idea. Can acquire one power that none of the other amendments have. I think that there are definitely amendments where it's like they're just normal people and they kind of exist to assist the other amendments. Okay. Very normal and resentful person. Oh. Normal, resentful. How would they go about acquiring a power? Normal, hold on. Resentful. Annoyed. Happy-go-lucky. If this is already a thing, but can one of your 10th amendments have a charm or something like that that gives them the ability to protect themselves if they're being attacked? I think that's a good idea. I think that's the 9th, though. I think that would be a good idea if, like they... Maybe that they... most amendments have no... I think it would be very funny if they just suddenly got the power and every other magical girl was like, dude, you had that the whole time. I think that would be a good storyline. Life as the 9th amendment. Wait, that would be a really funny dynamic. What if the 10th just keeps whatever power they have at any given time? You mean like they don't tell anybody? Tenth is a vague poster? That's kind of funny. They're like, they try to be really emo and like vague. It's like, it is not time yet. It's like, oh my god, brother. What do your 10 amendments like to do after they've done their job? I think that it depends on the amendment. Because like a lot of these guys just try to live normal lives like human beings, even though they're literally a fully different color. And so they're kind of like washed up celebrities in the way that like, they don't really have that much power, so it doesn't really matter. So like all they can really do is just like live normal lives. I have an ability that only some people know, but I'm not telling you. No, yeah, literally. Vague poster. Poetic. Emo. Portic? I hate you. Is this not how you spell vague? Bruh. I forgot that you. Okay. 10th Amendment keeps their power a secret until everyone else gives up and they're like, have to save the day and everybody else gets annoyed. It's like, I knew you would need me! The 10th Amendment! And it's like, oh my god, who invited this guy? I'm thinking of making the Ninth Amendment, like, does not get affected by the other amendments. What's that word? Like when they're not affected. You know what I mean? The amendment that nobody invited. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, immune. Immune to the other magical girls. Oh, not magical girl. Amendment. Fifth Amendment is that one popular girl with an entourage that nobody actually wants to hear around. Yeah, I mean, okay. Who actually remembers the 10th Amendment? Who actually remembers the 10th Amendment? Can I ask you that? Who remembers the 10th Amendment? Yum, 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 yum. Alright. So we're back to the warrant. Way shorter than state constitutions. I think it would be funny if one of the 10th Amendments became invisible to fool the enemy. I think that would be very funny. It's like, dude, you can be all invisible? It's like, yeah, you guys, none of you have this, so... Alright. We still have the 4th Amendment's personality. Rule abiding. No. I mean, how would they acquire the warrant? I guess they give themselves a warrant. La 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 la, I'm invisible now, you can't see me. We can literally hear you, girl! Dude, this 10th Amendment sounds so fucking annoying. Alright. So the 4th Amendment, I think her personality would be... honestly, quite... Wait, let me get me a hair tie. I can only stream till 11 today. It's going to be a quite short stream because I have therapy later. You could unlock to be more conceptual, like reopening wounds or opening new ones. I don't know, because nobody really remembers the 4th Amendment other than the police. We don't have to come up with all of their personalities right now anyway. Anyway, I think that's good. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Control C. Never mind, that's too many words. I need to put it in Discord. Alright. Honestly, as long as you get to Amendment 13, it's fine, because that's a juicy one. What's the 13th one again? Okay. Save. Amendments. Save. Alright. Now let's open up a magma. A very fast magma, because we're probably not going to be able to do a bunch. I should probably get to sleep. I got my final tomorrow. Alright, bye Marsh. You guys can join if you want. Here you go. Let me grab my iPad. 13th is abolishing slavery, very important one. I'm kind of worried about that one. I don't know. Honestly, I might only do the 10 amendments because I think that I don't know if I can do that in a very respectful way. I don't know. I feel like it's just I don't feel comfortable doing it. I think I don't want to make a very important like amendment like a gimmick. You know what I mean? All right. All right. Let's start with the one I want to do. Because I think that's fair. Alright. Let's see. What is one I really want to do? I want to do the 6th Amendment, honestly. The first 10 is fine because that's just the Bill of Rights, so they all are a collective of sorts. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna do the 6th Amendment because I really want to draw lawyer hair. You know, like the stupid ass fucking lawyer like wig. I think that would be really funny. Hold on. Hold on. We're probably gonna only have time to design one. Because I do have to go soon. Lawyer hair and the fucking gavel, yeah. Not the lawyer hair, sorry. What is it? The fucking judge hair. The powdered wig, yeah! My bad. Wait, why did they even... I don't know. I was gonna ask, like, why did they wear it? But... I don't know. Alright. My website is glitching out. Honestly, I like this hair. It's kind of cunty. I just searched it up, and it's actually a really funny reason. Well, you're gonna tell me, or what? Are you just gonna leave it for yourself? That's cruel. People were constantly going bald at the time, and that was seen as unprofessional. And this was seen as more professional? Sure. That's so unprofessional that you would go bald like that. How dare you? I'm thinking about, okay. How should I incorporate the hammer? Honestly, I don't really like this pose anymore. Okay. She thinks it makes her look really professional. Also, those wigs were apparently unhealthy as fuck. Why? Hmm? But you also had to wear them to be in the military. The military? Can you imagine? You're about to die, and your fucking, like, killer wears that? No, this pose looks ass, too. Those things are apparently like the perfect place for lice to live. I see. Hi, Gerald! We're designing the Fourth Amendment. Wait, no. Is it the Fourth Amendment? Let me check. So, before you arrived, I wrote down the Bill of Rights as magical girls, and right now we're doing the Sixth Amendment. My bad. And the Sixth Amendment is the speedy gavel, which is the right to be judged by a judge, basically. And we're gonna give her the powdered wig. She's gonna kind of look like O6. I'm gonna try to avoid that. I'm interested in this. Same. Alright. This is the perfect music for this powdered wig. Question, do you know what Punch-Out is? I've heard of it. So yeah, all those wigs are actually not very professional, but they were a status symbol, so like everything with fucking Americans. Honestly, I might make this a chibi so it's easier to draw. This music is literally perfect for this powdered wig. It's honestly kind of ironic. The wig makes sense for me because of the judges I've seen in my time. How old are you? Have you seen the fucking judges? What judges are you seeing? Yeah, this is definitely giving 06. It's top secret information? Okay, I won't pry. Well, I would pry, but I won't. I could pry, but I won't. Alright. I don't know if these... Okay. This definitely is giving 06. I don't know how to change it, though. '06 is mentioned in the Sixth Amendment. I mean, yeah. Also, the crazy thing is what those wigs are usually made of. What, horsehair? I forgot exactly. Isn't it, like, kind of fucked? Is it horsehair? Isn't it horsehair? Horsehair or goat hair? I was right! I was right. I was right. Horsehair or goat hair, but in rare cases they were made with actual human hair. I see. I'm changing the pose again. And you guys can't stop me. That would smell bad after all. That's why they smelled bad and needed to be powdered to get rid of... I thought the powdering wasn't for that. I thought the powdering was just so that it would look whiter. Would they not wash it? I guess they didn't have shampoo, hey? Did they have shampoo? I don't think they had shampoo. Just powdered my wig with cocaine. Isn't that like a phrase that like they used to use to like mean I'm going to the bathroom? Okay, I'm gonna have to go in 2 minutes, so I'm gonna hurry this up. We might have to keep designing this next time. $59. We gotta go soon, y'all. No, the powder's for the smell. I see. That's all good. If you gotta get going, get going. I still have 1 minute. I'm speed drawing over here. But I'll post the finished results if I finish it. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is so cute! I love it so much. Thank you. Oh, I look so cute. Alright. That's 11 o'clock, y'all. Sorry for such a short stream. I know that I usually stream longer, but I do have therapy today. And if I finish this Sixth Amendment, I will show you guys. Alright. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me read the Bill of Rights. We will continue to make designs soon. And you can find me as Claretta on everything, and if you want to see my schedule, you can check my community post to see when the next stream is, and maybe I'll do extra streams if I feel like it. If you can't find me, don't.